So we are going for the second question, okay, in what the type 6. We have to find the product of two functions. We are going to use the Leibniz theorem, okay. So what it says, the theorem you have to learn. As we have discussed in the first problem also, the u function and v function. Always remember the first function u has to be considered a polynomial. Here the polynomial is a quadratic function x square. Both the functions u and v will be what a function of x. That you remember. But here what happens, if you want to find out, to see the formula begins with what, u into vn. U basically means the first function, so I'll write what is the first function here. So we are assuming this as what, y is equal to this function. Here we are taking u as x square and v as what, cos square 3x. But the problem is that when you take v as cos square 3x, if you want to find vn, then nth derivative of cos square 3x, we don't have the formula. That's the problem. So we have to first simplify this one, then only we can go for taking the v as some function which has some nth derivative, okay, which we have studied the formulas, right? We will see. So what happens? So y is equal to x square into cos square 3x. So what I am going to do is that cos square 3x I'll simplify. So what formula can be applied here? Can I write it as x square into 1 plus cos 6x by 2? Now thing is that how I got this formula, right? So let us discuss that first. Now as we know, the formula for cos 2x is equal to what? 2 cos square x minus 1. So from this, if I want cos square x, that will be how much? 1 plus cos 2x by 2. Simple thing. The same concept applies here. Only thing is that in place of x, I am having 3x. So cos square 3x will become what? 1 plus cos, in place of x, I have to put 3x. Right? So 2 into 3x by 2, right? So this will become 6x. That's how I got this formula. So x square I'll multiply inside. So while y value becomes what? X square by 2 plus x square cos 6x by 2, right? Now if I take the nth derivative, it will become, so 1 by 2 I'll take outside, nth derivative of the x square term plus 1 by 2 I'll take outside, nth derivative of x square into cos 6x. Very simple. Now we have to understand here what is the nth derivative of x square. It is 0. How I got 0? So if I find out the first derivative of x square, it will be 2x. Next, the second derivative if I find out, it will become 2. Next, the third derivative if I find out, it will become automatically 0. So what I understood from this? That it is becoming 0. So nth derivative of a polynomial here in this x square is there, that becomes 0. So the entire thing becomes 0. Simple. Next, 1 by 2 is sitting, which is a constant. Then x square into cos 6x. Now this is a function of what? U and v. Right? Product of two function of x we got. This particular function, if I find out nth derivative and multiply with 1 by 2, I will be getting yn. That means our question has been simplified into this form. Simple thing. So what you have to do whenever you're getting a question where you're not able to take what v as a function, which you will be getting the direct answer for the nth derivative, we have to simplify that particular function and take the nth derivative and simplify that, you will be getting a function. That particular function we have to take the nth derivative. So here what happens, we can now take u and v functions. Become what? Yn is basically half of the nth derivative of x square into cos 6x. This is what we have to find. So you don't get confused here. What I did, the question has been simplified into this form. Now we have to just focus on this thing. So what is u? U has to be taken as x square. V is taken as what? Cos 6x. So I'll just write here u is equal to x square and v is equal to cos 6x. Now we have to find few things, then only we can find the final answer. First we'll start with u. Always start with u. U I have to find u1, u2 till when we can, till what value we can get the differentiation we have to see. So if I want to find out u is x square, if I want to find out u1, what happens? Differentiate this thing, it will become 2x, right? Next, if I differentiate again, it will become 2. Next, if I differentiate again, it will become 0. The thing is that I have to stop where? I have to stop till u2. because u3 is becoming 0. So in the formula, if you observe, we are having the values of u here, u1 here, u2 here, u3 here. But the thing is that in this case we are getting the value till u2, u3 becomes 0, so we have to stop the problem till here. So this will be your final answer, this thing. In that we have to substitute all the values. Simple. So I have to find vn, vn minus 1, vn minus 2 only. We know that Vn is equal to what? What will happen? V is cos 6x. Vn will be what? We have studied the formula for cos ax plus b formula. So if you remember, if y is equal to cos ax plus b, so yn becomes what? Yn is equal to a power n into cos n pi by 2 plus ax plus b. This will be the answer, right? So this particular thing has to be applied here. So vn becomes what? A power n. What is a value here? It is, now it will ask me where is b value sitting. See, always remember this cos 6x can be written as cos 6x plus 0 also. So b you can consider it as what? 0. Simple. So a is always the coefficient of x, which is here 6. So it will be 6 power n, a power n into cos n pi by 2 plus ax plus b. Here ax we are having, b is nothing but 0, so no need to write. So this will be bn. What about bn minus 1? See, it is very simple to write. What you have to do, in place of n, just to put n minus 1. So it will be 6 power n minus 1 into cos, only in place of n. Okay. So n pi by, now here n pi has come, right? So here also n has come. So I have to write it as n minus 1 into pi divided by 2 plus 6x. So I will just remove this part. Plus 6x, right? So this particular thing we got. Now what about vn minus 2 also I need? It will be 6 power n minus 2 into cos, what will happen? N minus 2 into pi divided by 2 plus 6x. Okay, we got all the answers. Now we have to find one more thing, which is nc1, nc2 and nc3. nc3 not required, right? So nc1, nc2 only we require. nc1 value is directly n itself. Okay, remember that. So what is the formula we are applying here? Let us try to analyze that also. See, nc1 ncr formula is n factorial divided by n minus r factorial, into r factorial. So here in this case nc1 we already know it is n, always remember it is n. nc2 how to find? It is n factorial divided by n minus 2 factorial into 2 factorial, right? Now n factorial can be rewritten as n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial divided by n minus 2 factorial into 2 factorial. So this and this is gone. So what is the nc2 value you're getting? nc2 value is n into n minus 1 by 2 factorial, right? So this particular thing we got. So nc2 value also we got. Now next, all the things is finished. Now we have to just substitute in the formula, which is nothing but dn of, so yn can be rewritten as 1 by 2 into dn of nth derivative of x square into cos 6x. It is given as this formula. So u we have taken as x square. Vn value we know. What was that? It was 6 power n cos n pi by 2 plus 6x plus nc1 value we know it is n. u1 value, differentiation of that thing is 2x. vn minus 1, so I'll just write it over here. So we'll start from here. 6 power n cos, 6 power n minus 1, right? N minus 1 cos n minus 1 into pi divided by 2 plus 6x plus nc2 value we know till where we have to do. Now thing is that nc, this value and this value is not there, so we are stopping till here. Try to understand, only this part is our solution. So here again differentiation will be nc2 value is what? N into n minus 1 divided by 2 factorial, which is 2, into u2 value we got it as 2. Next Vn minus 2 will be 6 power n minus 2 into cos n minus 2 into pi divided by 2 plus 6x, right? This part also done. So this will be our final thing. Now if you want, you can take the common things outside. So yn will be equal to, see, 1 by 2 is there, so just write 1 by 2 with this thing. So 1 by 2 into this n